everybody. Welcome to JIRO and CHI's English podcast.
Hi, buddy.
Thank you for joining us. Hope you guys are ready for another fun episode. Today, we have something fun in store for you guys. So, without further ado, JIRO, what are we talking about today, huh?
We're talking about Amazon.
Oh, yes.
Does it sound exciting, dude?
Yeah! Woo! Who's in the market for a little shed?
I'm actually looking at the article that you sent me. I'm very surprised, man.
Well, this is for the conscious, the budget homeowner or future homeowner, huh? I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking about homes that cost between like as little as $10,000, dude. So
I mean, before going into the details, I mean, I was just surprised that Amazon sells houses. I mean, I didn't know that because you just before brought it up, and then
yeah.
and when I first heard about it, I was like, how would you sell, right?
Well, in parts, most definitely. I mean, I guess the question is, what doesn't Amazon sell?
Right, that's a good question.
What can't you buy? I mean, on Amazon. I mean, you can buy pretty much everything.
Yeah, that's true. Because other than Amazon, I mean, Mercari, right?
Yes.
They sell almost everything. Probably other than the big stuff like houses but they sell cars and they sell everything on the platform. And yeah, it's no surprising that Amazon sells houses.
I agree.
Is this service available in Japan?
That's a good question. Not sure. This is I imagine you can have it sent over. I mean, let's see, Amazon, mini house delivery, Japan. Not sure. Maybe not yet. Not sure. But they do sell, maybe not yet, huh? Well, I guess this is the business opportunity for all you out there, huh?
Well, looking at the houses they sell, this is the US market, right? Yeah,
Yes.
in the US market, they're much more like sheds, than actual houses, right?
Yeah.
It's just a tiny little houses, but pretty much affordable, I think. How much is it?
Let's see here. They start off here with a little, with a small cedar shed farmhouse. You're looking at 280 square feet, about $15,000. Okay.
$15,000 US dollars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man. So it's almost like 2 million yen.
Yeah. No. $15,000 is like about 200 man. Huh?
Yeah, that's what I said. 2 million.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's what I said.
Yeah. That. Yeah. So I mean, and you have free delivery.
But I mean, how is it possible? How?
Well, they would have to send it like in parts, right? So you probably get like the door and the windows and the.
You have to build it
walls.
on your own?
That's a good question. I wonder if this is self-assembly or is this something that they probably set up for you. I saw a YouTuber who had purchased an Amazon home, and he expected something a little bigger. He said, I think the clearance, the ceiling clearance, was very low, like something around like definitely lower than 2 meters.
Less than 2 meters? That's quite.
Oh yeah,
that's quite short.
Yeah, it's quite that's quite low, right? So he struggled getting in and out of it, but I think overall he was happy, huh? For the amount of money he paid. It wasn't all that much, huh? A few $1,000s.
Did he buy it? Did he buy it as a house?
He bought it for a TikTok video. Believe it or not.
Okay, like a small office, huh?
Yeah, so he was giving his a little a tour of his little mini house. Huh?
Okay.
And so let's see here. Like buying a home in Japan. I mean, for everyone out there. I mean, does that interest you at all, JIRO?
Not at this point in time. But if that's 3D printing stuff, then I might be interested in it because the 3D printing technology impact in the construction industry and home building costs a lot, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That service is provided in the Japanese market already, and then like home building cost is way cheaper than that conventional way of building your house. So
true.
Yeah.
But would you feel as safe in that 3D house as you would in a...
That's a good question. That's a good question.
It's not. It might be nice to look at, but to actually live in, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that shows kind of the potential to, you can say, revolutionize in the construction industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then definitely contribute to reducing the cost of building homes. So yeah, it will be much more affordable even in the Japanese market.
Yes.
Yeah, but you have to have land.
Yeah. I mean, like in Japan, I think the way people look at property, like I think homes are meant simply just to live in, and as opposed to like the States where it's looked more as like in a long-term investment, right?
True.
Where you expect the value to go up. I mean, in Japan, like you build a nice $1 million home, and once you move in, it loses like it starts to depreciate already, huh?
Yeah.
And so but in the States, I mean, you can buy a home. I mean, depending where you live, but you're likely to get some return on it, huh?
Yeah.
It's quite different, huh?
But I think housing market even in the U.S. market is kind of unstable, right? Because the inflation rate is just is going up dramatically, and then it's kind of risky to make an investment. But like you said, Japan is kind of in a weird market in terms of like purchasing a house and just consider it an investment.
Yeah, because I guess the home itself doesn't carry much value, right? I mean, it does if it's brand new, but once you step foot inside, it sort of becomes it's considered used, right?
Exactly. So the value drops immediately. That's weird, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess it has to do with, like I said, the purpose of the home, right? I mean, like in the States, like I said, it's more of an investment. A lot of people buy homes; they don't even live there, right? They do it for investment, right? But in Japan, people buy homes to live in, and they pass it on to their children and their children's children. So, like that's the conclusion I came to when I was house hunting here in Japan. Huh? So I settled on buying a condo, but like at least this sort of maintains its value, huh? As opposed to like a freestanding home. Huh?
Yeah. But let me ask you a question. So there are two factors, right? I mean, land value, and then the property value. So a house, right?
Yeah.
So people in the U.S. consider it as a kind of investment, right? But the land value, increases, and the property value remain the same, or just decrease.
I think in the States it's one entity, right? Like you have the land and the home, right?
Oh, so it's kind of a total package.
Yeah. As opposed to Japan, it's where it's separate, right? Like so, like in the States, like you can have like a beat up home that sits on this land, like on the outskirts of like LA, and you still get, or even in the ghetto, and you're still getting like $500,000 bids for it. Huh? I mean, because forget the house, you just tear it down, put up a new one, and I mean, it's I guess the land holds more value, right?
Yeah.
I guess if that's what you're getting at. It's strange. I mean, I haven't looked into it enough in the States because I don't own property back home, but I mean, I know people who bought homes in very rough neighborhoods, and I mean, like 20, 30 years ago, and now it's worth, I mean, almost close to $1 million, right? In Orange County, LA. It's incredible. I mean, here in Japan, you'd never dream of that, right? Like you buy a home, like I know people who bought homes here in Nara and for $500,000, and I'm thinking, like they just threw down half of that, you know what I mean? Like it goes away. I mean, as soon as they move in, right? And that's a lot of money to throw away, and not throw away, but I mean to sort of like disappear, right? It is a lot of money. So if that's the case, I mean, one of these Amazon homes is like definitely a good solution.
Hold on. So
if you don't mind.
Is it that people just buy a land and a house as a total package, but people don't just buy only a land and build a house on your own?
Well, it depends if it's developed land or you know what I mean, or if it's if there's a house where it's sitting on that piece of land. I mean, it depends on the condition of the house. Like my brother bought he bought a place out in Oceanside, which is north of San Diego, and the amount he bought it for, like even a few years ago, I mean, it's gone up like already like 25%. and so you're looking at. It's crazy. Like the house. I mean, it was pretty well maintained, but I mean, like I guess even if it's in poor condition, you still get a pretty good amount of money for it. I mean, you just got to make some repairs, and then you can call it not brand new, but like you call it remodeled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a crazy game, dude. Like that whole industry, man, the real estate industry, huh? It's quite gray. Because I know people who work in it and stuff, and you hear some stories, right? I mean, I'm sure it's the same in every country, right, JIRO? Like even in Japan, like real estate, it's yeah.
It's a little bit shady, but yeah, I see what you mean. Is it going to serve sales in the near future?
No, I think he's let it build equity, and then he'll probably keep it maybe because there's no reason to sell now because it's still going up, right?
Okay.
So like he got lucky. I mean, like my other brother moved to like to Texas, and he lives out in the Fort Worth, Dallas area, right? Out there, and he bought a couple homes for I think he said like 150,000-200,000 like 5 years ago, but now they're worth like 50% more, huh?
Oh wow.
Something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's out in Texas, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to just imagine that the value just goes up like that. It'll just keep going up like that.
Exactly, right?
Because it's not going to happen in Japan, right? I mean, because even in the suburbs, it just goes up, right?
I mean, I think everything goes up, and then eventually there's like a bubble, and it it implodes, and then it starts over again, right? It's like it's that pattern, you know what I mean? So I guess we're up for one soon, right? I mean, if you think about the last one was 2008, I mean, I think it happens every 20-something odd years, right? That's when the prices go down. People who have money, they can buy, and people who don't, they are fucked, dude. So.
Yeah.
But I think we strayed away from our original topic of the Amazon homes. But like these little homes are actually interesting. I mean, they're not just little one bedrooms or one bedroom studios. They have like a 2-bedroom home here. There's almost 1,290 square foot house, which is roughly a pretty good sized mansion in Japan, right? Condo, huh?
Yeah.
And you're looking at, but this one's pricey, over $125,000. So, but this is like a real home.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. I mean, this studio unit this costs $8,800 plus $1,500 for shipping. I mean, it's about 10,000, right?
Exactly.
The size of it is about 200 square feet, so it's not that small. It's actually small, but it's not that too small. So
I mean, who would have thought you could buy homes on Amazon, right? That's crazy, dude.
If you don't own land, there's no point of buying it, right?
Yeah, exactly. That defeat the purpose. But I mean, like outside of like the California, New York, like probably Florida now, and some of the coastal states, if you buy something inland, like in Middle America, I mean, the land is still relatively, affordable.
Yeah.
Depending on which state you live in, right?
I can imagine.
So I guess it's all about your needs, huh? And your criteria for where you can settle, huh? Okay. Well, I guess that takes us to the end of our podcast today. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to our banter on this subject. If you have any comments or questions or any ideas for future podcasts, please let us know.
Yep.
And do hit the subscribe button, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe and leave some comments, please. Until then,
all right.
Just stay tuned and take care.
Okay, looking forward to hearing from you guys. All right.
Bye.
Peace out, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Bye.
ジローとチーの英語で雑談を聞いてくださり本当にありがとうございました。質問や感想、ポッドキャストで取り上げてほしいトピックなどありましたら概要欄のリンクにてご連絡お願いします。また、このポッドキャストを聞いて少しでも良かったなと思ったらお聞きの媒体にてぜひ良いレビューをお待ちしております。
Thank you for listening to JIRO and CHI's English podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or topics you'd like us to discuss on the podcast, let us know through the link in the description. And if you enjoyed our podcast, leave us a positive review on the platform where you listen to it.
では皆さん、次回のエピソードでお会いしましょう。
Looking forward to seeing you guys again in the next episode. Take care and see you guys later.
Bye!